Hello people and welcome back to another battle report. This is the last one of our campaign. It's my Bretons taking on the Anglo-Danes. So I'm finishing on the game, same game I've started with, well, same opponent. And in the first game it was his advantage to the scenario, and in this game, our last game, it was my advantage in the scenario. If you remember in the first one, all he had to do was run off his warlord, and since he's taking King Canute, he is mounted and he soon darted off pretty much in the first turn of the game, guaranteeing I can win it. In this game, it's the raid one, where I'm trying to burn buildings and fields, and of course I have an all-mounted force against his foot force, so I have a large advantage here. It's points based. I think it's like 3 points if you manage to burn something, but with me being able to run away from him, being all tricksy Bretons, I only need the points of these buildings, and he's going to struggle to defend them. So we'll have a quick look at the forces. You can't see, but in the church to the left here, there is actually some levy archers. So that's quite a large area. He's cancelled out for my cavalry, but it's not enough for me to worry about. There's plenty of other buildings out of their range. It's a little 4-man Hearthguard unit he has there, and then he's got a 10-man Hearthguard unit. So yeah, he's done pretty well so far in the campaign. So he's got levy and Hearthguard for this final battle. Then to my side of the table, I have my levy on the far side is going to burn those crops. I have 4 Hearthguard mounted. I have 5 Hearthguard mounted. Another 4 Hearthguard mounted. Yeah, I managed to get that warrior upgrade where my warriors became Hearthguard, so I ended up with quite a few Hearthguard. And over here behind this building, I've got some more levy. We're about to burn it down. So first thing I try and do is burn down some buildings. The field down the bottom, I think it's a 3+ roll to be able to burn it down. I managed to set a light to the field down the bottom, and the building there I've taken the roof off. Unfortunately my other levy were unable to burn that one down, while the 4-man unit of Hearthguard have sped over to the left. Again, I'm staying 12 long away from the church there, because he's got some archers in there, as I said before, which will rain havoc among my Bretons. But back there I'm quite safe. And I'm just going to move the other cavalry round, keeping out of range, and probably try and go for the other field if there's an opportunity. So that's the end of my turn there. As you can see, I've got 2 buildings on fire now, and I think it was 3 points each. So that puts me on 12 victory points so far. So my opponent's going to have to do a lot of killing to start getting that back. 6 victory points. He's going to have to, still got to do a lot of killing to get that back. So unsure what to do, my opponent just went for defensive abilities. Intimidation. If you notice, he's got 2 battle boards at the top there. Because he's got Canute, he can choose to roll either Viking or Anglo-Danish dice and use the boards respectively. So he's picking and choosing what he wants. But at the moment, he's gone for all the Anglo-Danish abilities. Also, if you remember, my leader also has the penny rule, which meant my opponent on the first turn, I think it's that he can only roll 1/3 of his dice, and on the second turn he can roll half his dice. I think that was what it was from memory. So he hasn't got very many dice anyway, so he's just gone a bit defensive to do what he can. So in my turn, I managed to burn a few more buildings, move some other bits around. I think I moved the levy up, and as you can see, my opponent is slowly trying to push forwards just to keep me off that last field there. Oh, I'll tell you what he has done. I just noticed. Yeah, what he did is he also swapped out his archers, so you can see his archers have come out, the levy have come out of the building now, and he's replaced it with the little 4-man Hearthguard unit. So back to my turn. I'm just going to stay away from the archers, because as I say, they can easily pick off any of my mounted units. They'll be reduced to armour 3 against shooting, so not that great. Since he's only got a 4-man unit in that church, I decided to run up with that cavalry unit top left hand side there and throw some javelins in. With a couple of abilities, I might be able to score some damage. I don't think I do too well. I think I managed to cause one wound, I think, and then I scarper out of there. So at the end of my turn, I'm looking like that. Yeah, so my opponent decides he wants to get some points, and yeah, as you can see, I failed to kill any of those guys in that building there. So it was a risky manoeuvre, really. I didn't have to do it. But he uses his dice to roll some Viking abilities, mainly to get up Frigg and rerolling failed to hit, so that Ulla, I think. And he comes in here to try and take out this 4-man unit of Bretons, which of course he does, but unfortunately he loses 1 chap in return and gains a fatigue. So naturally in my turn I do the honourable thing and come up and just start hurling all my spears and javelins as I can at those few remaining chaps, and managed to knock 2 out. And being slightly worried that the amount of throwing javelins I'll be able to achieve by moving in and throwing again might not kill him off, I decided to throw myself into combat, therefore giving me my 8 attacks other than my 4 shooting attacks, and wipe him out. So as you see, that's how it ends my turn. So currently the score, if these are 3 points, I've got obviously 12 points for the things on fire, and I've got 4 as Hearthguard. So that gives me 16 points, and my opponent's got 4 of my Hearthguard, giving him 4 points. So it's 16-4 as it is. Fearing another quick run-in, dash, and smash, he starts moving his guys into cover, and his bowmen go back into the church. And with that, we call the game. I'm not in any rush to run up there and try and take on his massive Hearthguard unit, or run through the Archfire to get there. And he's not going to come out here to be picked off by my cavalry to try and get the points back. I mean, he's got 12 points he needs to get, so he'll have to kill off all my cavalry now to get the points back to win the game. So with that, we called it there, and that was our last game of the campaign. The campaign itself, I thought was pretty good. We had a few unusual circumstances being played through, especially like one player having multiple games in a round while everyone else only might have one. Other than that, but I'm going to do a complete review on that in the future and have a good go over it to explain what I thought of it and what could do with helping it out and improving it. So until next time, guys, I'll see you then. Dawelis. Hey guys, well, as always, I have a giveaway. I'm hoping to get to 793 subscribers, 793 being the start of the Viking Age, and for that I've been given, thanks to Britain Beast, Saga rulebook, the original one, with the 4 starter boards, which is the Welsh, Norman, Viking and Anglo-Danes. 2 lots of Saga dice. I have the Christian faction dice and the Viking dice, and I had some spare plastic berserkers that I had made up for my original Vikings, and they're going in too. So if you're interested in getting these, once I reach 793 subscribers, I will put out the comment on my next video saying hail, and I want you to simply reply in the comment section with Ragnar. And then the first batch that get in there, I'll randomly roll, and one of you will win. So it would be nice and easy, nothing too crazy. All I'm after is subscribers. The more subscribers I get, the more I can ask and chase up for some prizes, and hopefully to make things just a bit more exciting for you. So I hope that's good to you, and I'll see you next time. Dawelis.